The mantra for this part of the course is make it yours. I want you to adapt everything that you're learning here to apply to your world and your life. The focus for this module is knowing what you are good for. And if you are a square peg living in a round world, a round hole world, then you need to find the square holes. They are out there and you can find them. Everything in this course can be adapted to your own way of thinking and living. Many things about life can actually be adapted to your way of thinking and living as well. And once you recognize what you're good for, what you are strong at, weak at, what kind of resources you have and don't have, it makes it much easier to adapt things, to do it your way, to know that you're doing it in the way that you're going to set yourself up to shine. I've got a couple of examples of this. The first one is of me and singing. So I sing constantly all day long. My friends make fun of me for it. Informally, I will sing snippets of songs over and over and over again. And yet when my friends and other people will invite me to karaoke, let alone try and get me on a stage to sing on my own, I completely I say no, I can't, I won't, and they get very confused because it doesn't make sense. And partly it's a confidence issue that I'm not really sure of my voice, which of course karaokeing and especially being on stage will bring that right up to the forefront. But another big piece of it for me is that I simply cannot remember the words to songs. I can remember the tune after hearing it once. I will remember it for the rest of my life or very close. It's so easy for me to remember the tunes, which is why I can sing snippets of songs frequently, different snippets of different songs all day long. But if you put me up on a karaoke stage or on an actual stage, I will forget all of the words because the words just don't have nearly as much meaning to me as the music does. So that's just, I adapt my love of singing to a way that works for me, where I sing in a choir where I can look at the music, or I sing in ways where I just either say the words that I remember or just make up my own words because I'm just singing however I want to. The second is my second example of this is busting out of the mold. I was in the Azores with family watching a bullfight, and it was the first time that I'd ever seen a bullfight of this nature. In the Azores, they actually have the bull on a rope, and they pull on the rope to make sure that the bull doesn't hurt anybody. And it's actually much closer to the running of the bulls in Spain than it is to a bullfight, even though they call it a bullfight there in Portugal. So the guys, all the men, are in the street walking back and forth trying to stay away from the bull. Almost nobody goes near the bull except for the matador. And they don't do anything in particular to hurt the bull. And then all of the women and the men that are too old, or the children, the boys that are too young, will stay on the sidelines behind the walls and watch. And this made me upset. I was very upset. I was told that I was not allowed to go into the street, and I wanted to go and be part of this. It was very important to me. So even though I knew that I was doing something culturally inappropriate, and I was struggled with myself for that for a little bit, but I was too angry about the gender role discrimination, so I wandered off and found my way into the street. Now, granted, the moment that I got into the street, it turned out that the bull was less than 20 feet away from me and charging straight at me. So the moment I walked into the street, I went sprinting behind me over a wall and dumped myself into a mint field, actually, it turned out to be. So I ran with the bulls and ended up smelling minty fresh, which was not my my most shining moment. But I was able to take that situation and make it mine.